Night 1, the Stanley Hotel. The Stanley Hotel, a place of elegance, history, and darkness. Built in 1909 in Estes Park, Colorado, it has stood for over a century. Tourists come for its beauty, the breathtaking mountain views, and the legendary luxury. But behind its grand facade, whispers of something more linger, something unseen, something alive. Room 217. The name alone sends chills down the spine of every guest who hears it. For decades, people have reported cold drafts, flickering lights, and whispers in empty hallways. Some claim to see shadows moving where no one should be. Others wake in the middle of the night to find their belongings mysteriously moved, or worse. Stephen King stayed here in 1974. Inspired by the hotel's eerie ambience, he wrote The Shining. But what he wrote in fiction barely scratches the surface of what really goes on inside these walls. Tonight, I'm walking those halls. Alone, my flashlight flickers against the polished wood and antique wallpaper. The air is unusually cold, carrying a faint metallic scent that makes the hairs on my arms stand up. I reach the door to room 217. My hand shakes as I turn the knob. Inside, silence. Too quiet. My footsteps echo across the carpet as I take a tentative step forward. A sudden draft. The door clicks shut behind me. My flashlight flickers, casting long, distorted shadows on the walls, and then I hear it. A whisper. Faint, indistinct. Almost like someone or something is breathing my name. I spin around. Nothing, the room is empty. Yet the air feels heavy, thick, charged with anticipation. A chill runs through me, like icy fingers crawling along my spine. A soft tapping. From the corner of the room, I strain my eyes. The shadows deepen. My heart pounds. The tapping becomes a scratching, deliberate, slow. Something moves just beyond the edge of my vision. I dare not turn my head fully. And then, silence. But the feeling lingers. The room isn't empty. It never was. I leave room 217, my steps quick, my breath shallow. Outside, the hallway seems longer, darker than it did before. I glance back. The door is slightly ajar, although I remember closing it. This is night 1. And already I realize the Stanley Hotel has its own life, its own secrets, and they are watching. Night 2, the Stanley Hotel. The night air outside the Stanley Hotel is colder than before. A thick fog rolls over the grounds, curling around the grand entrance and spilling into the streets. The mountains loom silently, shadowed in moonlight, as if guarding the secrets of this old building. I step into the hotel again. The grand lobby is eerily quiet. No tourists, no staff, just the soft hum of the heating system. But I feel it immediately. Something is different tonight. The air is heavier, charged, as if the walls themselves are watching. I make my way to the hallway where room 217 lies. The door is slightly ajar, as if inviting me in. My flashlight shakes in my hand. Inside, the room seems alive. The shadows shift unnaturally, stretching across the walls. I hear faint footsteps, slow, deliberate, circling me. My breath quickens, then a voice, soft, whispering, almost human. You shouldn't be here. I spin around. The room is empty. But the whisper comes again, closer this time. It seems to come from every corner at once. My heartbeat pounds in my ears. A cold hand brushes past my shoulder. I freeze. My flashlight falls, rolling across the floor. The beam lands on a mirror, and in it, a pale figure stands behind me. Tall, gaunt, eyes glowing faintly in the dim light. I whirl around, but nothing is there. The shadows dance violently now. The furniture seems to shift when I blink. I hear soft laughter, echoing from the ceiling. Whispers, murmurs, faint sobbing. I back toward the door, trembling. As I reach for the handle, a cold draft blows from the room's corner, extinguishing my flashlight completely. Darkness envelopes me. A voice, clear this time, whispers right in my ear. You will not leave, not tonight. I stumble out of the room, slamming the door behind me. My pulse races. The hallway stretches endlessly. Every painting, every lamp, every shadow seems to watch me as I flee. This is night 2. The Stanley Hotel isn't just haunted, it's alive. And tonight, it has made itself very clear. Night 3, the Stanley Hotel. The Stanley Hotel feels different tonight. Not just cold, not just quiet, but alive. The fog outside thickens, wrapping around the hotel like a shroud. Every step I take on the marble floor echoes unnaturally, as if the building itself is listening. I step into the hallway leading to room 217. The door stands open, beckoning me again. My hand hovers over the knob, but I feel it, an invisible pressure, like the room is warning me, threatening me, daring me to enter. Inside, the shadows move on their own. The furniture twists slightly when I blink. The air is thick, almost viscous, pressing against my chest. I hear whispers, dozens of them, overlapping, coming from all directions. Leave, leave, leave. Suddenly, the temperature drops dramatically. My breath forms clouds in front of me. And then I see it, a pale figure at the far corner, taller than any human, with eyes glowing faint gray. Its gaze locks onto mine. I try to speak, but no words come out. The room distorts around me, walls elongating, ceiling stretching upward. A soft melody starts like a music box, but warped, eerie, and off-key. The shadows writhe in rhythm. Then, movement. Figures appear, translucent and pale, dancing slowly across the room. Their faces are blank, their hands reaching for me. I step back, and the door slams shut behind me, trapping me inside. A cold whisper right in my ear. You came here willingly, now you belong to us. I stumble forward, lunging for the window. Lightning flashes outside. In that brief light, I see dozens of shadowy figures lining the hallway outside the room, staring at me. The fog presses against the glass, hands reaching through the mist. I scream. The air vibrates with soundless laughter. Objects around me levitate briefly, crashing down as if the room itself is alive. My flashlight flickers back to life. The figures vanish. Silence, but I know they are watching, always watching. Night 3 has shown me the truth. The Stanley Hotel is not just haunted. It is sentient, a living nightmare, and I am only a visitor for now. Night 4, the Stanley Hotel. The fog outside the Stanley Hotel is so thick tonight that the mountains vanish. The moon hides behind clouds, leaving the hotel in almost complete darkness. Silence stretches across the grounds, a silence that feels unnatural. Inside, I feel it immediately, the weight of the building. Not walls, not floors, something older, something aware. My footsteps echo hollowly, but something else echoes behind them. Something not human. I reach the hallway leading to room 217. The door stands open. I hesitate, knowing that tonight will be different. Tonight, the hotel will not let me leave easily. Inside, shadows swirl violently. The room stretches beyond reality, the walls bending, the ceiling pulsating. Figures appear, translucent, pale, eyes hollow, reaching for me with slow, deliberate movements. Whispers fill the air. You cannot leave, you belong forever. A cold hand grabs my shoulder. I spin, flashlight cutting through the darkness. Nothing, but I feel its weight, its presence, pressing against me. Suddenly, the music box melody returns, warped, distorted. Shadows dance in rhythm, circling me. The floor beneath my feet seems to ripple like water. I stumble, trying to escape, but the door has vanished. I hear a voice, deep and ancient. You sought the truth, now you will witness it. The figures coalesce into one tall, pale man. Eyes glowing, coat tattered, standing at the center of the room. Adrian, no, not Adrian, something older, something eternal. He looks at me and the room grows colder still. The shadows reach for me. The walls collapse inward. And then, just as suddenly as it began, silence. The room returns to normal. The fog outside begins to lift. The morning sun peeks over the mountains, golden and blinding. I step out of room 217, trembling,